also think Tainted Cane is quite fun. The main problem with Tainted Cane is that he takes a really long time. I also do just want to front load that I did sort of change the recording setup, so you might hear my keyboard more, which, if I'm interpreting the feedback correctly, is something that people do appreciate. Other than that, just relax and enjoy, well, as much as you can enjoy my, at times, poor gameplay. It's been an interesting week. It's been about a week since the last episode, I believe. So, I'm curious how you've been doing. The YouTube channel's been doing really interestingly. The last episodes seem to have gotten quite a bit of traction in the end. Perhaps it's because I asked people to interact right at the beginning. So, I guess be sure to leave a comment about what I should talk about in the next episode, and perhaps leave a like because it inflates my ego, I guess. So we're starting off with a quite a good item. So I do really like the iron ingot. I actually don't know what it's called because concussive tears, as much as other YouTubers would like to have you believe, are actually good, at least in my opinion. The argument, of course, is always that it makes enemy behavior erratic, but if you suck at the game, all enemy behavior is erratic to some degree, I guess. That's not true. I'm not that bad at the game, though the last few episodes have made me question it. Spider enemies can be quite annoying if you are not entirely familiar with the way they move. It can end up being quite a scary encounter. But we do survive. So there's apparently a free heart in this room. Let's see if that's actually true. It's actually not a free heart. I think I'm too scared to go into the curse room then. I was considering it, but leaving myself at half a red heart at the beginning just doesn't seem like a very intelligent move to me. My allergies are also dying down now, so you should hear less muting of the microphone unless I need to. What is like this even called? I'm actually not sure. Clearing your throat. Yes, that's what it is. I still do not want to subject you to me clearing my throat, but other than that, there should actually be less muting of the microphone now. We end up getting Gemini on this floor, and Gemini is a fairly decent item actually. It's basically an automatic run winner if you are able to get the Tanuki leaf, the knot leaf. But even regardless, it can really rank up a lot of boss damage quite quickly if you know what you're doing. Though I did just accidentally pick up that soul heart, which I did not necessarily want to do. Mainly because if there's a curse room on this floor, I'm less enticed to enter it. Because you can basically enter curse rooms for free if there's a red heart on the ground and you don't have any soul hearts. Okay, so we do defeat Dangle damageless, which is quite nice. I think due to the fact that I'm playing as Cain, I don't necessarily want to go to the devil room right about now. So I think I'm just gonna take my HP up and take the angel chance for the next few floors. I think getting this chest is probably worth it. It might have a bomb. It was worth it. I ended up getting a coin and 2 keys out of it. I always like gambling in the Binding of Isaac, even if it might end up costing me the run. I can't stop and I won't stop. So this is like a moment where Gemini is really useful. So these enemies can easily be super annoying and catch you off guard. But you can just sort of chill behind a rock and since I've donated, and I really need to unlock those good shop items at some point. Okay, other than that, we have a curse room right here, which I did discuss. I don't necessarily want to take because of the soul hearts, but I will actually have a look at the treasure room. That is not what I was hoping for. The golden key does not really provide any value for me right now. I have enough keys as is, but I think with that, we're probably done with this floor, and it's time to move on to the next one. This run's actually going quite a bit better. It's interesting, I feel like I'm a lot more energetic. You might notice it in my commentary because I'm recording during the day this time. Usually I'd sort of be recording during the nighttime when I'm very contemplative. Listen to some pensive music beforehand. I don't know, is that maybe more the type of ASMRcromator you appreciate? I really can't get a great read on you. I always just see people saying that they love the videos, which is very nice to hear. But it continues making me unsure about how to handle this entire operation. Okay, so we will not be entering this curse room either, because we have too many soul hearts and I just don't think they're worth wasting. Secret rooms are there's unfortunately plenty of opportunities for them on this floor so far, or at least, wait, I might actually be confused. Yeah, it can't be to the right here. It can't be to the right here either. Okay, so the secret rooms for this entire cross are to be excluded. Being able to look for secret rooms is a skill of its own. And there we have it. That's what we were hoping for. This run's gonna be a winner finally. At least I'd really have to mess up for this run not to be a big winner. Like, for example, picking up Guppy's tail right here. That would not be great. I haven't unlocked the paperclip for Kane yet on this save file, because if I did, it would honestly, that would be a game changer. I almost just swore. I think I'm trying not to swear on this channel, though I'm not sure. I really dislike these enemies. These are some of my least favorite enemies in the game, especially in a room like that where maneuvering is really tight. It becomes especially bad. Okay, I might actually go back and get Guppy's tail now that I've got this many keys. I was kind of worried because I only had a single key, but now that we've sort of ended up with 5 keys, I think it might be worth it. I think I'll clear the rest of the floor in order to maybe get more key pickups. Or I guess take more unnecessary damage. Okay. This floor could have gone better, especially considering how many times I got hit after I got Polyphemus, which really shouldn't have happened. But you know, I guess you just sort of start to relax too much once you get a really good item. At least that's what happens to me. And we end up fighting one of my least favorite bosses in the game. The Matriarch Phase 1 is a ridiculously annoying boss. At least unlike Infamy, it becomes better as the fight goes on. Whereas Infamy just becomes way, way worse. There's another moment for a Gemini to shine. That Gemini really did some good work there. We do take a lunch and a stigmata. That is a very good item. I'm not sure whether I've unlocked the angel fights yet. I have not. I guess that makes sense. I need to defeat the shoal 5 times. But this run sort of just instantly killed by Gemini. Gemini almost gives you like an immunity to getting hit by small spiders and flies, because they have such low health that they sort of just get shredded before they can reach you. It's a very good item in that sense. And yes, this video is just Gemini propaganda. Sorry, I had to clear my throat again. It's interesting, I feel so much vocal strain after recording these ASMR episodes, despite me just whispering. You'd think that it's really easy, but it's sort of very straining. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this room is really not going in my favor at all. But it's purely a skill issue. It's not the fault of the game. I really cannot blame the game for my missteps right now. Okay, that's this room defeated. I think it honestly makes a lot of sense to full clear this floor, just so we can use our golden key to its fullest, right? Because as it stands, cut piece tail plus golden key is a very, very nice combination to have. Okay, we end up getting a great fight in the shop, which I'm fine with. For the most part, we do end up losing our angel gens because of continuous skill issues on my part. The last week has been a very exciting week for me. Sort of a lot of things happened. I met with a lot of people, and I sort of got to reflect a little bit about what it means to be normal and to be extraordinary. What do I mean by that? So, sort of, to not give too much context, I ended up going to a scholarship meeting this week, and it was interesting to interact with the other people receiving the scholarship, because to a large part their self-view was shaped by what they saw as not being shaped by society's views. So for example, Germany has a really big football culture, which I'm not really into at all. I don't really follow football unless it's international games, but what sort of ended up happening is that these people, perhaps because of school-related trauma or something, they develop a sort of self-defining attitude about not being the type of person who watches football. And that is interesting to me, because in an effort to define yourself opposed to society's notions or expectations, you end up shaping yourself around society's notions and expectations. Sort of an unintentional effect, because no doubt most of the people there were extraordinary in some way. Their extraordinariness just sort of started feeling ordinary. I feel as though some people were uncomfortable with that. The most well-adjusted, normal, sociable people kind of ended up being the most notable people. So the ones who were the most normal were the most special in some sense, which is interesting. It's a rare dynamic to see. I guess if I had to summarize the idea behind this, it's sort of like the idea of normality is relative, and what it means to be normal should not be something you define yourself around if you expect not to be normal. Okay, well, that's my philosophical rant. obviously be wrong. Sort of been a while since I've read up on these things on the wiki, and maybe thinking of a different item. Okay. So we do end up having a demon beggar right here, who may be worth playing. I do have a 2 of hearts, which could end up giving me quite a few donations to this man. Sort of be a nice source. I accidentally just used a 2 of hearts. Well, I guess there goes my plan. I was gonna say that he could be a great source of devil items in a run where I'm sort of going for angels instead. But regardless, I sort of did just donate a few hearts because we do have some laying around in this room. Most notably a double heart. Okay, so headless baby is not quite what I need. Not quite what I was hoping for at this moment. Piggy bank is also not entirely within my expectations, but I do actually have a lot of money right now, so I think I will take it. I think I will take it. I do not have the boss rush with Kane yet, but I'd really have to rush right now in order to actually get the boss rush. I'd really have to rush because I'm still on Necropolis 1, which isn't enough. I'm trying to get this beggar to pay out with this item. There we go. Growth hormones. So it actually did end up being absolutely worth playing him. But the only downside being that right now I actually have to lock in and not do stupid things because I only have 1.5 hearts. A bomb explosion does a full heart of damage if you're unaware. So that troll bomb was actually very dangerous right now. And I did end up mastering that gracefully. I don't know why I've always found the bit of being extraordinarily confident to be funny. I think that's also something that you can use in life is, okay, the sun, thank goodness. I no longer have to be worried. I think that's also something you should carry into life is self-deprecating humor may seem less funny than self-praising humor, but you do appear far more confident in yourself if you use self-praising humor, self-deprecating humor. It used to be quite popular on online forums like Reddit or Tumblr, but what ends up happening is it just seems like you're starting a pity party, which is not what most people are looking for in a social interaction. Unfortunately, this random famine fight did just cost me my angel chance, which I am actually rather upset about right now. Okay, we end up fighting Loki in a very easy arena thanks to the flat file. Well, very easy if I does not mean free, I guess. Is there anything worth visiting? I think visiting the secret room probably makes sense, and I could go for the mini boss can't hear this through my microphone, but I think my neighbors just started up their laundry machine, which is the perfect time to do this. It's fine, however. This is actually why we usually record at night, is because the outside world is just way more quiet. So that ended up being way more mom ads than I was anticipating. That's 4 of them. I was thinking it's probably 3. Okay. That was also a very risky thing to enter. I sort of did forget that I have Guppy's tail for a moment. So using up 2 keys to enter this treasure room could have been really, really not worth it. If it just contained a bunch of gold chests, which I think most layouts of that room probably just contain chests, which would have automatically been converted to gold chests. Hierophant is a very nice thing to find. I think I will use 1 more key here. Okay, and that's that. I don't want to waste all my keys. I still do want to enter item rooms, shops, and possibly open golden chests. I will be skipping this golden chest at this moment. I don't think it's worth it necessarily, because I think I'd like to preserve some keys while I still have them. So this golden chest is actually far more enticing than that previous one, considering the fact that it does not require me to use a bomb before opening. But I'll only open it if I find another key on this floor. This is very much a worthwhile bomb here. And we end up finding just coins, unfortunately. Second puberty bell. Good find. With the next puberty bell, I'll turn into an adult, which, if you do not know, is an HP up. A very rare HP up, I might add. I think it's one of the rarest ones. Probably fungi is a bit harder to find. I'll keep flat file. Pinky eye is very nice to have, but flat file is just an absolutely enormous item. If I sort of get the I think it's like a mega. I actually forgot what her name was. The boss fight in the womb where she spawns spikes underneath you. That fight just completely invalidated by flat file. And many rooms in the womb are actually far easier when you have the flat file. That moon card did end up being very nice to have, very nice indeed. I do not particularly enjoy this room because infamies are among my least favorite enemies in the game. They're obviously not as bad as the boss fight infamy, which any Isaac player would tell you is just ridiculously annoying. I generally don't know what they were thinking when they made that one. I feel like there was no playtesting involved. Hive mind is kinda nice. I will take a sack because I don't have any keys anymore, and I think I'll just spend the rest of my money here. Grab another key. Okay, so that kinda does allow me to open those gold chests I left behind. I mean, okay, member card, finally. That's nice. I mean, you can say a lot about my gameplay today, but you cannot say that I'm not min-maxing. Today is definitely a min-max type of vibe. But that's also partly because I just have a lot of time to record today. These button rooms are very funny to do with flat file. Just sort of completely free. boss fight, and I think I will sort of rush through the mob floors. Hush is likely off the table. I don't think I can do the mob floors in 5 minutes. It's gonna be tough. If I had some sort of mapping item to help me, that would probably be possible, but as it stands, I have my doubts. Very much so. I was very much hoping for Mom to crush me on top of the holy water. For this exact reason, you can see right now why I wanted her to crush me on top of the holy water. I ended up taking a lot of damage, but sort of because I didn't really care. Alright. If you no, it's fine. I was gonna say if you could excuse me for a little bit while I lower my my window coverings, because right now the sun's out and it's really bright, and I couldn't really see on the dark floor. But then I remembered that we're moving to the extremely bright red floor, so I don't really necessarily have anything to be worried about. I guess if I go down to the shoal, I think I'll go cathedral though, because of the light outside, because it's so bright. I don't know why I freed him. That was quite silly of me. Don't really want to free him. I just want to kill him instantly. Now I can't relax too much. This run is really powerful, but I do not have any healing or any damage reduction items, so that is something I need to keep note of. That is something I need to keep note of. So I do need to be rather good at dodging. Gluttony is nice because it gives you a chest in less than 3, but you need flying if you get gluttony in the mob floors, which if you haven't been paying attention to this video, or just listening to it passively in the background, I do not have flight right now. What we do have is a room full of Duke of Flies. Sort of for Gemini really does come in quite handy. As you could just see, I don't really care about Continuum. Flat file is better. I really actually don't know why I went in here. The boss room was very unlikely to be this way. Just end up fighting a bunch of blasticists for no reason. Health up is a nice pill to get. If only I could get full health from Mom's bottle of pills again. That would be what really lifts my mood at this moment. Let's check for secret rooms. There are 0, none, nada. Okay, so at this point I'm fairly certain that this boss room is this direction. And I mean, it's practically guaranteed to be if I'm looking at the map layout. We do end up missing out on Hush, unfortunately. Sorry for the loud gasp, but that was quite a scary situation right now. Okay, so I built a bridge to the Soul Hardened Bomb, which is nice. And I get up getting this heart. And another backtrack to get to the bag. Okay, so I'm just wasting my time right now, but this room did actually end up paying off bigly. This is genuinely insane. This is the exact same room as on the other side with the exact same boss. I don't even think that the layout with the 3 Duke of Flies is that common. This feels slightly ridiculous. Do I want to take contract from below? I think I will. Actually, that was rather stupid. I actually don't know why I did that. There's no more shops. It's fine. I'll live. I've got Polyphemus and insane tears rate, so I mean, I really haven't been considering just how broken this run is right now. It's honestly kind of ridiculous. Having Polyphemus with such a high tears rate just feels sort of unfair to the enemies, not even going to lie. Okay, Mom's undies, that's good. Another range increase. boss fight then. Oh, it's Skullix, but I will be defeating all the Ducky variants first and foremost. He's sort of freezing up in the holy water. The holy water rework really was so well done. That it's something I really have to praise this game for. I really appreciate how they did the holy water rework. I want Guppy's Paw. Guppy's Paw is interesting. Guppy's Paw is interesting to me. There is still potential for me to get Guppy, and I actually have quite a few health. I actually do have quite a few health slots right now. Yep, I'll take Guppy's Paw, and on the cathedral I can just convert all my HP into soul hearts, which is rather nice. Okay, I will be getting an HP up right now. This demon beggar is whispering sweet nothings into my ear. I really want to play him, I'm not even gonna lie, just convert my hearts with Guppy's Paw. Oh, it's so tempting actually. I'll see whether I can get some healing. Hanged Man, that would have been nice. Really, it gives me 2 hanged men. Okay, that's just disrespectful at that point, in my opinion. Frankly, you know I needed this last floor, and it just instantly gives me 2 of them. I can see forever. I was actually kind of scared that this bill would be a bad one, because I've just been so lucky thus far. But it ended up being fine. I am so powerful. It is, frankly, kind of insane. Okay. Now any hearts I find laying on the ground will be used to pay. Okay. Considering my double chance is practically gone now, and my Guppy sort of relies on the demon beggar, so that is something I need to be considering. Any red heart HP I find will be going towards the beggar project, and even then, might be worth saying goodbye to all my red hearts and sort of spam Guppy's Paw to get him to pay out. Let's see what the key beggar gets me. Halo of Flies, that's a very... okay, I actually got Beelzebub. This run is frankly, it's kind of insane right now. It's kind of insane. I might honestly just say fuck it and play the demon beggar. Well, yeah, earlier I tried not to swear. That just went out the window. Okay, full health pill. The game really wants me to play the beggar. I can tell. Let's have him pay out. So this guy usually gives you an HP up when he pays out. Okay, did not end up getting a bit HP up. I actually don't think I want Mom's coin purse. I actually don't think I want it. Alright, let's play the demon beggar. Let's give him my hearts. My hard-earned hearts. Does he want to pay out anything? He doesn't seem very interested in paying out anything right now. So Bomb Beggar is also usually not worth playing. He's so intensely greedy, he takes so many bombs to pay out. Yeah, we're just kind of having fun right now. I think doing these maximalist runs might make a lot more sense when I've unlocked more of the game. But right now it's a bit tough because the run is supposed to end after Cathedral, and that just feels a bit wrong to me. Okay, so he gives me Mr. Boom, which I think the phrasing I would use to describe it is utterly useless. Yeah, I think that would be an apt description. I think I will actually take Mom's coin purse and see what's inside. Oh, so he